So yeah, I'm 53, completely single by choice, and also no children by choice. Love my life, have incredible friends, and travel is the secret to my happiness. I do not wait around for some man to show up to travel with me or to explore places with me. I do it on my own and have so much fun, and usually take friends with me, meet friends wherever I go. It's the secret to my personal happiness. So if you're out there whining and complaining that you can't find a guy and your life is not worth living, then you better knock it off and rethink the way you're living your life, because you got one shot, babies. So have fun and enjoy it while you can, single or not.
Y'all would never convince me that not having kids is not a flex. Y'all would never convince me that not having kids is not a flex. Okay? We see it. We see a lot of y'all poor decisions. Because a lot of y'all have kids that ain't got no business having kids. We see that. Okay? So I need y'all to stop. Being able to get up and go as you like is a flex. Being able to spend your money on what you want to spend it on is a flex. Being able to have your house be intact and do nice things without having to worry about stains all over and smell all over is a flex. Being able to have discernment to control your womb and not give it to any and everybody. And for the men, being able to have dick discipline and not just nutting up in everything with a pulse is a flex. Being able to plan your life out and execute it flawlessly without any disruption of 9 months is a flex. A lot of y'all poor decisions be beating the hell out of y'all nowadays. Y'all would never convince me that not having kids, especially if you chose to not have kids, that is a flex. If you operate with discipline, that is a flex.
Let's talk about something that makes people deeply uncomfortable for no reason: being single and actually happy about it.
I'm childless and single, and I've never been more thankful for it in my entire fucking life. Thank you, God, for not answering those prayers. The state of the world today makes me feel like the richest fucking person alive, to not have the fucking shackles of a child or a man on me. Like, I cannot believe that I was rushing to the part of my life that is forever. You can't take back who you have children with. And I thought for sure that I knew exactly who the man was that I wanted to be with, and that was a Christian man. So I was doing everything in my power to conform myself and turn into the best version of what this man would want and desire. I was morphing and bending in ways that were unbendable to myself. And no matter how close I got to what it was that I thought I wanted, God wouldn't let me have it. He wouldn't let me freaking have it. And I couldn't understand for the life of me, like, what more can I do? I needed to fucking stop. He was trying to fucking save me. Had I been stuck in a relationship with a Christian man right now, I don't know what I would have done. And I'm not talking about a Christian man like, I'm talking about the American Western version of what Christianity is. I don't fuck with that anymore. I really don't. The other day somebody asked me, like, you're religious, right? And I literally was like, not that kind of religion, not America's version of religion. So I'm just so fucking thankful. And if you're there too right now, fucking God bless you, sis.
If you are single and scared, you are 28, you are 38, you are 48, you are 58. I'm here as a 40-year-old woman who's never been married, doesn't have any children, and who has never even been engaged. I've never even lived with a man. To let you know that you can lead a big, beautiful, exciting life without all of those things. And there is no guarantee that those things would make you happy regardless. And your happiness is 100,000% on you. If you are happy in life is fully dependent on you, your mindset, your goals, how you are living your life. And it is not at all dependent on the things that you think as women we're supposed to have. We are conditioned as women to believe that we won't be happy unless we have those things. And if you want those things, as I did too, as I do currently too, want those things, you can still have them. But I implore you that you need to figure out a way to have happiness without those things. It's very, very scary to think of the fact that you may end up 40, not married, with no kids. I understand that. I used to think the same thing. I also didn't have any role models that were living a really beautiful life at 40 with no kids. Like, I literally thought you just shrivel up and die. I thought that your life started when you met a man, and I thought that every woman's destiny was to become a mom. I have a beautiful, quiet home, a really thriving career, amazing girlfriends. I've improved my family relationships. I have so many amazing things in my life, and you can too, but I just don't want you to spend all of your time wishing and wanting for something that you don't know if and when it's coming. Anyways, hope that's a little inspo for you.
Because apparently, if you're over 40, single, and child-free, society expects you to be sitting by a window like a Victorian widow whispering, "If only someone had chosen me." Meanwhile, some of y'all are booking flights on a Tuesday just because Delta had a sale.
Single, child-free women, I don't know if that's childless, probably child-free, the choice part, child-free women are the happiest subgroup of people we have in society. That comes from, I think it's a Paul Dolan off the top of my head. It's a researcher. You can quickly Google that and it will come up. But he says also that society makes that group not feel like the happiest subgroup because of the way that they're portrayed, the way that they're not encouraged to stay that way, the pressure they put on, like you're going to find a man, etc. So there is this whole element of, technically speaking, from a scientific basis, they've found that's the group that actually have the most natural happiness.
If we judge the success of our marriages by how happy we are, we're either currently in trouble or we're on our way to it. I'm not going to negate this statement because I think that you're onto something. Single and child-free women probably are the happiest, maybe even happier than single child-free men. And the reason I say that is because who's stopping you? If you're single and child-free and you can't find a way to be happy, there's nothing blocking your time. There's nobody that you have to stop and consider or think about. There's no one who you have to consult with about your individual decisions. So there should be nothing in the way of your happiness. So I feel like this is a given. But when we talk about marriage, our goal should not be to be happy, because the goal, as we said in that video, is about the successful structure of a family unit, the success as a whole. And if you're dealing with multiple people, there's no way for everybody to be happy all the time. It's no way. I'm not saying that you can't have a marriage that is happy and lovely, but you're not going to always be happy.
I think that women who've decentered men, who are child-free by choice, single by choice, are the bravest women. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate, and of course there are women who are in relationships who are mothers that are brave, la la la. However, and I should say, for the last at least 2,000 years, we have been told, taught, conditioned, made to believe that as women, our sole purpose is to be chosen by a man and to have children. And if you consciously choose not to do those things, chances are you're the first one in your lineage who's doing it, or at least doing it this way. And you come up against all of the cultural, societal, religious conditioning from your entire lineage, from all of patriarchy, and you have to continually battle that. Not only that, but it tends to feel really lonely, and lonely in the sense that so many women have centered their lives around men, around being chosen. Their identities are wrapped up in being a wife and a mother, that to find friendship, true sisterhood, chances are you're going to want women who are also single and child-free. Bare minimum have decentered men. And while that number is growing, it's still not the majority of women. And so to continue to choose yourself, your sovereignty, your desires, which are to be single and child-free, over what society tells you makes you good, worthy, valuable as a woman, is so fucking brave. And this is one of the many reasons why I want to cultivate a community of single, child-free women who have decentered men, because one, you don't have to feel lonely. Like, we get to be in community and sisterhood. And two, in order to continue to choose the brave choice of choosing yourself, you need the support. So if that's you, comment below. I want to meet you. follow along because I am building this community.
You know what's crazy about not having kids? You could literally do anything you want. Like, I was just getting a Dunkin' Donuts light and sweet, by the way, which, by the way, I didn't know that it was 4 sugars. It's a little much for me. However, delish. I was in there and I was thinking, I could just get on a plane and I could move anywhere I want. I could move to Colorado and I could be a ski instructor. I don't know how to ski. I could learn how to ski and then become a ski instructor. And then I could like travel to like the Bahamas if I wanted. I could pick up and move and not have responsibilities. And I think it's such a blessing not to have children. I love kids, trust me. I don't want them. I don't want them because I love my freedom. I understand people that always knew that they wanted to have a child. Not me. I never once in my life was like, I want a baby. No. And it wasn't like I hate them, because I don't, or I don't want them. It was just like a null, void, neither here nor there feeling, just not even a thought that went through my mind. But now, at my age of 43, single, no children, dating whoever I want, going wherever I want, whenever I want, doing whatever I want, whenever I want to, spending my money on me only. And if you're my friend, you're lucky because I give really good gifts.
Here's the radical part: choosing yourself on purpose. Not because nobody wanted you, not because you're bitter, not because time ran out, but because you looked at your life and said, I like this. There is something wildly powerful about waking up at 53 or 43 or 33 and realizing your life is not on layaway waiting for a partner to activate it.
I've escaped 80% of life's problems by not having children. So I did a video about this on my YouTube channel last year, and it was my most viewed video to date, where I talk about how the only thing that I have to worry about when I wake up in the morning is, do I want coffee or tea? And there's no legitimate reason under the sun for me to ever change that. A lot of people don't have a deep understanding that for many of us child-free women, the decision to be child-free really just comes from not wanting to make our lives harder than it has to be. Because it's like, why would I do that, right? I talked about how I don't have to worry about stuff. And then if I had kids, I would have to worry about a bunch of things, like overnight. Right now in my life, I no longer have to live paycheck to paycheck. Now, I'm not bragging or anything like that, but I know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck because I used to live like that a long time ago. And now I don't have to. Like, I even have things on auto pay now, because we always joke about, you know, you made it if you got things on auto pay. Like, just take it out of this account. You know what I mean? I have stuff like literally coming out of this account on auto pay, like every week, every month, whatever. And so I literally would go right back to living paycheck to paycheck again and struggling again if I had children. And I have no intentions on doing that. And I don't understand why that's hard for people to get. It's almost like people want you to be miserable with them because they're miserable. Because it's like, what part of I'm comfortable and I don't want to change that do people not get? Like, and if you're pretending to not get it, I'm thinking it is because you're miserable and you're upset that other people won't be joining you in your misery. I never have to know what it's like to have a kid unalived in a school, pew-pewing, or to be bullied or harassed or unalived in any way, assaulted in any way. Like, I'm never going to have to experience that. I don't want to experience these things, you know? A lot of times you guys think that going through things builds character. And I'm like, maybe it does in some ways, depending on what it is and who it is. But I don't want to go through my kids being harmed and unalived to build my character. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go through homelessness to build my character. I don't want to lose everything that I've worked hard for I don't want to go back to living paycheck to paycheck to build my character. I would rather build my character by reading books, by learning about different cultures and learning about people and studying human psychology and studying plants and animals and whatever. You know what I mean? Studying the universe in which we live in, right? I would rather build my character by getting out and helping to volunteer at soup kitchens and stuff. Like, that is how I build my character. And I don't associate struggle with building character, especially if it's something that you can avoid. I am not about to get up every day and make my life a living hell just because people think that's what makes a real woman or that's what makes a real adult when you have all these 1,000,001 responsibilities. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm speaking for myself, and I'm also speaking for all the other child-free women out there, and even women who have kids but are like, I'm one and done. You know what I mean? Or I'm two and done, and that's it. Y'all got me effed up. So people have the right to live their lives how they want. But the reason why I say I escaped 80% of life's problems by not having kids is because most problems that women have in their lives tend to come from the stresses of parenthood or motherhood, and also from whatever spouse that they're living with or having to deal with, right? It is what it is. Those are the two, a man and some kids. Those are the two major stressors in a woman's life. Of course, you got money problems, and you have all these other things, the beauty standards and all that crap, right? But the main two things, kids and a man. And I am without both. And I plan on being without both forever. The kid thing is for sure not happening. Done, right? I can't wait till I hit menopause. That way, nature would make that decision for me. Then I ain't got to worry about it no more. But the whole aspect of being in a relationship, like, there's like no benefit for me to do that. Like no benefit. I see all the ways in which it can ruin my life. I see zero ways where it can make my life better. So if I take away those two major problems that cause women the most strife in their lives, what strife do I really have to deal with now? Little stuff like don't be late to work, or make sure my Amazon packages come on time. My Fashion Nova jeans need to be here before Friday because I plan on taking them on my trip. You know what I mean? Those are the types of things that I worry about every day, and I want to keep it that way. If you think it's selfish and self-absorbed or whatever, then that's too bad. But I plan on being selfish and self-absorbed until the day I die. Anybody who have a problem with that, that's exactly what it is. It's your problem. Scamper off and find a way to deal with it. And I'm out.
You want to go to Italy? You go. You want to move to Colorado and become a ski instructor even though you can't ski? You take a lesson and figure it out. You want Dunkin' at 9 p.m. with 4 sugars you didn't consent to but are still going to drink? That's your business. Freedom isn't loud. It's not dramatic. It's not anti-love. It's just spacious. And let's be honest, the ability to get up and go without negotiating nap schedules, custody calendars, or someone else's mood, that's a flex.
I'm 43, single, no kids. I've been married but divorced since 2020. I've dated since then, but for the last 3 years, I've pretty much just been on my own. I'm very at peace and content with the life that I've created for myself. And if nothing were to ever change, I would still be completely happy.
I am 41 years old, single, without kids, living in a van outside my mom's house. But I'm on the next chapter of my life. I'm currently building a tiny home next door, like literally next door to my mom. This is my tiny home I'm building, and it's literally next door to my mom's house. This is my mom. Mom, you happy that I'm moving next door?
Yeah.
A quiet one, but a flex. Now, let's say something else out loud. Choosing not to have children on purpose is discipline. Not everybody stumbles into adulthood. Some people design it. It takes discernment to say, I love kids, I just don't want them. It takes self-awareness to admit motherhood isn't your calling. It takes courage to decenter the idea that your worth is tied to being chosen by a man. For thousands of years, women were told their resume had 2 bullet points, wife and mother, and that was it. So when a woman says, "I'm building a life that doesn't revolve around that," she's not rejecting love, she's redefining purpose. And yes, it can feel lonely sometimes, because when a lot of people's identities are wrapped up in relationships and parenting, finding friendships that understand your version of fulfillment can feel like searching for oat milk at a gas station. But here's the shift. Loneliness and solitude are not the same thing. Loneliness says something's missing. Solitude says everything here fits. When you build your life around travel, friendships, experiences, creativity, when your calendar excites you, you stop waiting, you start living. And the irony? When you're not chasing partnership like it's oxygen, you actually breathe better. This isn't about saying marriage is bad. It's not about saying kids are a mistake. It's about saying options are powerful. If you chose partnership and parenting intentionally, beautiful. If you chose freedom and flexibility intentionally, also beautiful. What's tragic isn't being single. What's tragic is living a life you didn't actually want because you were scared not to. You get one shot, one body, one timeline, one life. So if you're sitting around thinking your life